testing. 1, 2, 3. Hey, let's see if I remember how to do this anymore. So, I got COVID. My voice is somewhat back now. The coughing is better. It's been rough. I will be honest with you. I've also had some other personal issues going on that have made editing videos not super convenient. Anyway, we're at Autopolis for Daily Race B. Almost everybody in the Alfa Romeo 155. There's a couple other scattered cars out there. WRX, I know I saw that. Maybe a Lambo, but they were starting at the back. This is a really fun competitive race, and as we get rolling here, I start in P8, getting right behind Papa, but I see that I've got a really good run on him. I had not planned on making a move this early, but I definitely am in position, so let's go for it. Why not? And he gives me enough room. Looks like he's coming right back at me, though, coming up the inside. A quick head check over there. Yeah, he's there, so I'm going to leave him room. And you can see he goes over the curb. I take a wider line and start to catch up to these other cars. And is there contact there? No contact in front. Maybe a little bit of a nudge from the side there, and then somebody goes flying completely off the track. I'm able to get in front of Papa, settle in behind Risky here. I can see some flashing lights from Papa. I'm not sure if he's actually flashing lights at me or if that's mashing the controller. But not too shabby here as we get 2 positions here before the end of lap 1. And keeping up with this next group here so far. Papa's going to get a pretty good run going here, but I'm also in Risky's slipstream. So I'm aware that Papa is possibly going to make a move here, but I'm not really too worried about it. And he just settles in, so that works for me. Get a little bit of a gap. You can see cars going sideways and off the track there. I don't know what was going on. I did see quite a bit of that, though. So braking just after that path on the left, and then trying to get back on the throttle here early. I did see some brake lights as we go through these 2 left-handers for some people, but I was not braking there. I also noticed that as you go back into this right-hander there, that hairpin, everybody seemed to be taking a slightly different line, and that was a recipe for bumper-to-bumper contact quite a bit. A couple people actually going off the track there or overshooting it. This was a real tricky last couple of turns here, going up over this hill and then trying to settle back in, get on the throttle again early. That seemed to be the name of the game, is getting on that throttle early enough to keep your momentum going. We're getting a little more of a gap now with Papa behind us, or at least it looks like it in the rearview mirror, but he's really only half a second behind. Closer to me than I am to Risky. Get a decent exit through there, and we're gaining on Risky, and now you can see Papa is actually almost a second behind, and I've gone purple, so that's always good news here on lap 3. Feeling like I'm settling in, and now I can see that gap behind is opening up. I go a little bit to the left of there to set up for this right-hander, and then it's over to the right to this little curbs. At the end of that curb, it's lifting off the throttle and trying to get on this left-hand curb, and then again get on the throttle early. And I'm sticking with Risky okay here. I'm not sure if he was going defensive there or what the deal was, but he's a little bit in the middle of the track. I'm just happy to be in P6 this far into the race and keeping up with this group and, keeping Papa somewhat behind there. And then not only did I go purple, I actually had the fastest lap in the race so far. It didn't stand, but it was a real fun hollow victory for me for a little while. As we go into turn 1 here, another decent exit. I'm still seeing that Papa is getting a little bit smaller in the rearview mirror, and sticking with this group. full throttle over that turn. You might see a tap of brakes here from a couple of these guys. No, it doesn't look like it. And then as we go into here, everybody just take a different line. Let's all go do something totally different. But we all survive and make it through there okay that time, which is good. And as we get a run through here over that curb, full throttle, we're starting to catch up to this group, and I see we've got some cars spread out here, just trying to take the normal line, and then let's see what happens. Contact as Risky runs into Vroom, and Twist Higher tucks in behind him. I'm able to take advantage of that and get in front of Vroom, and hopefully in the slipstream here, but I am definitely aware that I've got a car behind me that has been running very quick. Hard on the brakes here, making sure not to run into anybody. And oh, as Twist goes off the track momentarily, I'm able to gain another position there without really doing much. I've gone purple again. That's good news, but you can see my fast lap is already long gone, and I'm not probably not approaching the 112s in the race. Was able to get that eventually in my qualifying, so that was good, but a very high 112. As Risky goes all over the place, not sure what happened there. I think he just dipped into the grass and lost traction, so something to be aware of. And I'm still not trying to go for a move here. Honestly, I was just trying to run consistent laps with this faster group of drivers, and you know, thinking about defending, to be honest with you. As we're about to start lap 6, 3 laps to go, still on the back of Risky here, about a half a second from him and gaining, and I've got Vroom behind me, only half a second behind. I go a little wide here, so does Risky though, and almost dips his wheels out under the grass again. And just trying to maintain here, be consistent, keep my cool. As you can see how close we all really are. And you can see Papa's still in the back of that pack, so he's not too far behind either. This weird right-hander where we're all taking a different line again. We all survive. Let's see if I can get a better exit through here. Not really. I start to drift wide, have to lift off the throttle a little bit. It's not terrible though, and it does look like I am, well, not gaining. I'm actually losing a little bit here to Risky. I see Vroom coming up behind me there, and he goes for it a little bit. Makes slight contact, it looked like, with my bumper, but no harm, no foul. So let's keep going. As we start lap 7, still trailing behind Risky, roughly half a second, less than half a second. Vroom behind me, braking right after that orange barrier marker on the left. I get a better run through there, getting over that curb on the inside, but not enough to gain on Risky, it looks like. Again, braking after the path. You can see Vroom right on my bumper. So we go through these left-handers, and then it's going to be hard on the brakes, and you can see I'm apparently locking up. Smoke coming, and Vroom makes contact with me, nudges me out of the way, but not enough to send me off the track, and I give him room on the right, stay tight to the left here, back on the throttle, and we both survived. That was a dicey moment there though, when he made contact with me. Wasn't loving that so much, but hard on the brakes before that last arrow sign on the left, and Vroom diving to the inside again. He backs out though, as he just about shoves me off the track. Again, no harm, no foul, but we're getting a little bit closer to harm and foul, as we're gonna see here coming up. Last lap. Is he gonna make a move? It looked like he was going for it and then backed out at the last second, as I'm watching Risky in front of me. And I'm definitely aware that he's close enough. He does not go for it there. Not sure if there was contact. We get through there cleanly. riding over that left curb again, and it's a whole lot of rearview mirror watching while trying to drive. Again with the smoke as he bumps me again, and you can see Risky in front has completely left the track. I think he just dipped a tire onto that grass, lost traction, so now I suddenly find myself in podium position here. But I didn't get a very good run through there, and I know it, and I see Vroom coming up, so I'm going defensive here, hard on the brakes, trying to just stay to the inside, but I can see he's going to try the old switcheroo, and he does make it work, but I'll be honest with you, wasn't real happy with the amount of contact that he made as we went through that last turn. We are going to take another look at that in slow motion. I tried to give him room to get through there on my right. I knew he was coming through. I was okay with that, but I was going to try the same thing on him. But he goes very wide there, and you can see my accelerator input. I actually had to back off the accelerator to not go into that grass. So it was good, tight racing, I think, overall, but I don't know. You know, to go from a P3 podium position, drop to 4 with that much contact, when I really think he should have left me room there, to be honest with you. But what are you gonna do? It was good racing overall. Had a good time. Got a few more races in. I highly recommend it. It would be great if Polyphony could figure out a way to let us change up the variety of cars here, though. It's getting a little old when you got what? How many 155s did you see in there? Almost all of them. If you enjoyed this video, you might also like this one right here.